Welcome back, everybody. We're another round of our UV resin. We've got our coffee cup mold. This is the one that turns into a keychain. And I'm just putting that rainbow foil all over it. Just gonna spread that around. Using just a small paintbrush just to kind of paint the foil in. That one big piece did not want to lay down, so after a while I went, nah, it's fine. And I took it out. Got tired of it. And I'm making sure I'm getting the foil all along the edges as well.
Remember that rainy afternoon, we sat and talked by the window pane, with splashes of our joy we washed away.
Now we're going to prep our resin. Now looking back, I probably should have just used clear resin and just poured it straight in. And also in hindsight, you probably want to stick with clear molds when you're doing UV resin. That way you can use the heat lamp. The LED lamp, yeah, that one. The one sitting right there at the corner. You could use that to do both sides instead of just the one side and then having to take it out and flip it in order to get the other side cured. But I was not thinking clearly today, as you can tell by struggling to find the correct words. Today was an off day. But off days happen, and we keep rolling with them. I unfortunately have a condition called FND, Functional Neurological Disorder. So my hands lock up, my body doesn't do what I want it to do, I spasm, and a lot of times I struggle to find the correct words that I'm looking for. And yeah, you see what I just did there? I overfilled it. And then I sprayed the alcohol into it to get rid of the bubbles, and it just spilled right over. This is the beginning of the catastrophe. So if messes bother you, you've been pre-warned. Today is one of those days. But I didn't want to record it and then not stick it up, so that just felt weird. I want you to be able to see all of it when I have the wins and when I have the mess-ups. We can learn together from the mess-ups. It's fine. And over here I'm working on start of a pair of earrings. I just put red alcohol ink into a layer of resin, and then I'm stirring it around. Now I'm attempting the bubble technique that I've seen a lot of people use, and I'll be 100% honest, I wasn't really a fan. I'm going to keep practicing with it though, see if I can get it right. And it may just be something I'm doing wrong. I've got that under the heat lamp. You're just going to wipe it down with an alcohol wipe and add another layer of clear resin. And I took the coffee cup keychain out of the mold and flipped it over and put it under the UV light to finish curing. And I'm just cleaning up that earring piece we just made. You know, I raised the camera up to try to make it to where I could be more in the camera. I think I'm just going to have to make it to where the camera faces like the edge of the desk. That way there's nowhere for me to hide things. I'm just going to cut a little bit of resin tape and put the earring on top of it, pushing it down so there's no gaps. Add some resin into the center of that, and then UV it. Clean up the keychain. Then add a little glitter powder to the center of the earring. And add a smidgen of black alcohol ink on top of that. That way the glitter in the powder below will really pop through in the black color. And wiping along the edges and pop it under the UV light. Now I really want to make those letters pop out, so I'm going to take the white paint and paint over them and then wipe it off as I go. And apparently I clean forgot about the whole idea that I had the other day when I said I was just going to get a wet paper towel instead of using 10,000 alcohol wipes. Because here I am again, using 10,000 alcohol wipes. Oh, what can you do? We just roll with it and keep going. I've got that all wiped down, so I'm going to add our dome coat to it. Making sure I cover the whole thing. Take the earring off the tape. And set up for earring number 2. Doming the top of the first earring and sliding it under the UV light. Now we're going to lay down that clear layer. Two drops of the red. Stir it around. Add our bubble layer. Put it under the UV light. And trim up any excess from the dome layer off the coffee cup. I usually give my items about 2 or 3 taps of the UV light so I can be 100% sure that it's all cured. So now I'm not a fan of the back of the coffee cup mold, so I'm going to add a sparkle stick-on clear. But yeah, there's a word. They're basically sparkle sheets that have a sticky back to them. And then I'm going to put a layer of glue on the back of that. That's that B7000 glue. And adhere it to the felt. And we're going to let that dry while we finish. And we're just going to wipe down the earring piece again with the alcohol and add our clear layer of resin. UV it. Now I've got my drill out. And I'm just going to attempt to refocus those holes in the earrings so that we can hook them together. Sorry about all the shakiness. Just refixing those holes. And this is when I noticed that my drill was acting kind of funny, and the drill bit was going too far into the drill itself instead of the earring. So I fiddled it with it for a while, trying to fix that drill bit and get it back where it's supposed to, but this is where my hands start locking up, and they didn't want to do what I wanted them to do. And I'm trying to add a jump ring to the earring. Again, I apologize that it's not under the camera. I thought by moving the camera up that would really help that, but I'm going to start moving the camera to where you can see the edge of the desk so that you can see exactly what I'm doing. Alright, just gonna put a little dab of resin onto one of the jump rings so it stays put. Because I couldn't get it quite where I wanted it, so I figured, hey, we're gonna use some UV resin. It's here, we might as well. Alright, so I got 2 jump rings on the one earring. And there's a necklace chain, so we're going to add one of the pendants that we were working on, the gold flake and the black background. We're going to put that on a chain. I ended up having to put a jump ring on the pendant though, so that the chain could fit through the pendant. There we go. Alright, and we're just going to fill in the back of the other earring, adhering it to the tape, adding in our glitter powder. Then mix up the batch of resin. I didn't quite mix up enough, so I'm just going to pour a little bit of clear resin in there. Definitely won't hurt anything. It'll just make it spread out a little more. If I can get some more out of that bottle. Push it around, making sure all the gaps are filled. And then under the UV it goes. And we're going to dome the top of it. And under the UV. Yeah, it started pouring off to the side, so I'm just going to dome the whole thing. So we don't end up with part of it domed and the rest not. And then we're going to work on 2 little circles that are going to go above the red and the black. Add some little holographic glitter.
like summer rain.
A little coat of resin, and I think that bottle is empty. So in typical me fashion, I'm going to stick it upside down somewhere for a while. That way we can get every drop of that's possibly in that bottle. Now what you can't see right now is I'm struggling to get the bottle for the new resin to open. They do not make those things user-friendly to get open. Alright, fill up the rest of those molds. Then we're going to dome the top of the coffee mug we made the other day. And then put that one under the UV light. Then trim up our earring. There we go, we got the 2 earrings. And we're going to take the little silver circles and flip them over so that the other side can make sure it cures really good. And I'm just adding jump rings to the little circles. And it was at this point my hands were really starting to hurt, so I only managed to get 1 earring done. The other one I will finish tomorrow. And I'm attempting to finish the second one, but it won't make it all the way. And there's our coffee cup. That one turned out cute. I like that one. So I do want to apologize for the chaos in this video. I am trying to get better at that. It's a little difficult to know when, you know, these things like the hands locking up and the shakiness and all are going to hit. But I appreciate you guys watching, subscribing, liking. I appreciate it more than you know. And you guys have a fantastic night. I'll catch you tomorrow. And I wanted to show you all the puppy that I keep telling you sleeps and snores while I'm recording. This is her. Meet Roxy.